Hello and welcome to a very belated Christmas doll repainting video on my channel. I was sick and never managed to finish her on time. Hope everyone had a great Christmas and a New Year's. So for this doll I chose, I'm not quite sure who this is. I know it's Claudine Wolf's sister, but anyway. I removed the hair and I cut off her ears using a blade. And I'm going to remove all the leftover hair from the inside of the head using tweezers, and I'm softening up the glue with using hot water. Then removing everything using acetone. And I'm not sure why I bother wearing gloves when I always melt them. This doll had the weirdest thing. She had this black spot and then it was like a layer of plastic over it. Anyway, I rerouted her with white hair. She looks a little bit like a troll right now, but it's okay. We'll boil wash the hair and flatten it out. So to create her outfit, I made the pattern using paper tape just to get the pattern for her corset. I'm just gonna sketch out where the stitches are gonna be, how long I want it, and then I'm just gonna cut it up, cut the pieces apart, and then trace it on paper and create my pattern. And I'm also gonna let some seam allowance. And for this I chose a white fabric, and I'm going to start cutting it and then stitching it together. So here's her corset, and I'm also gonna add some Velcro on the back. And then I'm gonna put red ribbon on it. She's supposed to be candy cane inspired, and I'm gonna glue it on using some silicone fabric glue. I took some tulle fabric and I'm gonna make her skirt by passing some elastic through it, and I also made a red skirt as well. Then I took some rhinestones and I glued them all over the white parts of her corset. Again with the same glue. And here's the dress. And as for the shoes, I started making shoes with polymer clay. I'm just gonna put some silver foil to protect the leg, and then I'm gonna papier-mâché some tissue on it just to get the shape for the shoe. And then I didn't like the shoes, and I took some other shoes which I didn't think that they would be big on her because I got used to always working on the same size dolls, and this one's a little bit smaller. So there is some footage missing. But what I did is I papier-mâché and then I did them with polymer clay. And then once I repainted the other shoes, and I really liked them, they came out really cool. They were so big on her that I kind of had to go back and finish the shoes. So I made them like white, and to make the heel I put some toothpicks, and here they are. I mean, I wasn't too crazy about them, but in the end I ended up using them. I put some rhinestones on them as well just to give them a little bit of a bling. And also some on the front. And then I painted with acrylic paint some lines to resemble candy cane. Here are the shoes that I did before, as I mentioned. I made them white. I used some Draculaura shoes and then I painted red stripes on them. Anyway, so let's go to the blushing. Because this doll is more tanned, you need to go for more warm tones because the cooler tones seem to gray out on her. Then I did her lips red, just giving some depth and dimension to the lips. Sketching out the eyes using a brown color first because it's easier to clean up. Just getting the basic shape. And I have already sprayed her with Mr. Super Clear. For the first, before I start the first layer, I spray her 3 times. I gave her some red eyeliner and some red eyelashes as well on the bottom. And also between the red, I put some white ones, again to resemble the candy cane. As for the eyebrows, I like to use soft pastels in pencil form just to get the shape of the eyebrow so I can erase it easily and have that softer look. And then on the second layer, I add the little lines and all the details. So I'm going in the eye and I'm giving her brown eyes. And now I'm on my second layer, so I'm building up the color and adding the blacks in. Giving more dimension now to the eye so it's not that flat. And I'm adding the little lines in the eyebrow. Dusting off any dirt. And going again, going over everything again just to give it more intensity. And here's the basic shapes and look for the doll. I'm going to give some highlights to the eyes using acrylic paint. And then using some liquidous gloss varnish, I'm going to gloss the lips and also add some sparkle on the eye. And on the bottom lashes as well, I added some red glitter on the red lashes. And I like using liquidous gloss varnish for this because it doesn't take away from the shine of the glitter. And I used it on the cheekbones as well. So my cat decided to give some input to my project, but I'm not complaining because I wanted her to have a bit of red hair after I finished. I didn't like that it was completely flat, so I added some red streaks using pastel on wet hair, and then I washed off the excess and it did stain the hair, so she has some red streaks now. And I'm gonna take some wire and I'm gonna make 2 little loops, and this is gonna help me pin her headband to the head so it doesn't move and it stays stable. I'm going to take white polymer clay and some red, and I'm gonna roll it out into little snakes just to cover the wire and make it all look nice and uniformed. I'm going to twist it. And then twist it all around the wire. I'm going to make a nice bow, but with like 3 layers, just to stick it on the headband. And I'm gonna glue everything on it with hot glue. I used 2 little candy canes that I've created before with polymer clay and did them in a little heart shape. Then I'm using crystal glue, and I'm gonna add some rhinestones around her eyes as well. And she's gonna be very extra sparkly. I'm gluing her eyelashes on, and I use the same gem glue. So this is my doll. Now she's finished with her face up and her outfit and her little candy cane. And here are the little shoes. I hope you liked her, and leave me a comment down below and recommendations for newer dolls. Thank you for watching, and I'll leave my Instagram in the description box below.